Welcome to another exciting video sharing with you. It's been a little while. I've been busy doing some new things, especially some new content that came out, doing Metropolis, things like that. Anyhow, what I'm going to be talking about today is a Sorcery Healer loadout, which you can do. It's a very basic, very easy loadout. There are so many in the game. This is one I'm actually going to show you. I don't actually have the sorcery power itself because I'm water powers, but I did dress up for the look for sorcery. So if you can't recognize me, it's because I'm wearing this wizardly hat. Anyway. How do you like it? Oh. Anyway, okay, just kidding. So anyway, to get right into this loadout, the first thing you're going to, of course, need is sorcery. You're going to need to focus on hybrid. So if you go into your loadout, I'm just going to show you. This is not going to be the sorcery one of mine, but I'm going to show you what you need in the stats. So basically, you have the first three are weapons, weapon expert, mainly for damage of weapons. Then you have the next one, which is recommended for controller healer, which is a hybrid, and then of course you have the superpower one, which is what I'm using for water powers. What you want to use for sorcery is the hybrid, because it's good for basically might, dominance, restoration, and vitalization. Of course, we're going to focus on a few more different things. For me, it's always three main focuses, as opposed to the different colors in your sockets you're using to upgrade your powers. So anyway, for that you want to use hybrid to make it short. And then moving on to the loadout, what you want to do is, for number one, the first power in your sorcery loadout is going to be to summon the Watcher. Okay. And summoning the Watcher, of course, is that little looks like an eyeball looking creature that you summon as your pet. It's like when the other powers have it. Earth has the brick and the crystal. Ice has the snow devil, stuff like that. Some of the Watcher is a thing that actually heals your party, yourself, and of course itself, as long as you have it spawned. It has changed since the revamp, but that's what you want to be your first loadout. It's going to be the Summon the Watcher. For your second loadout, or second power in your loadout, you're going to want to pick Boon of Souls. Oops, hang on a second. If I can type correctly, we'll get it up. Okay. So Boon of Souls is the second power. Boon of Souls is actually a shield you can put up on yourself, and I think 3 or 4 other people in your group, depending on if you have a group, or if it's just an E or below a group, you know, 4 player, 2 people in a person, like a duo, you can put a shield on both of you, it'll protect you for a certain amount of time, and helps out pretty effectively. That's for the second one. Then for your third power in your sorcery loadout, you're going to have Well. The reason why I'm spelling this out in my little box so you can see it is because I have no way of showing you in this particular, as I'm actually water, like I said, but this is the sorcery power loadout, just so I remind you again. This is the third one you want, is a Well. Well is a little tiny, like, looks like a little magical fountain that you summon, as opposed to the circle of protection, which I'm about to show you in a minute, which heals over time when you stand next to it. Not as quickly as the circle of protection maybe, but a little slower, but it does heal over time. And the good thing about the Wells is you can put them anywhere. If you're in a raid or alert and need to be healed, as long as you stand next to it, as long as it's summoned, it will heal you accordingly. But it doesn't last for very long. But you can summon like at least 3 of them at a time to heal. It's pretty effective. Anyway, that's the third one. For the fourth one, you're going to have the Circle of Protection, which is the one I just mentioned, which is a bigger healing power, as opposed to a huge magical circle, which hits all parties, including yourself, as long as you stand in the middle of it. It's very similar to actually the power that I have in my water powers, which is that huge type of water pool thing. I forget what it's called right now, but Circle of Protection protects all parties in a wide range for a certain amount of seconds, just like the Well, but it's a much more larger and faster healing. As long as you stand in the middle of the circle, you get healed most part, even a few centimeters away from it. That's also a good healing technique that you can use for the sorcery. That's number 4. Of course, number 5 in your Sorcery Healer loadout is going to be the Transcendence. See if I can spell this correctly. It's Transcendence. I think this is the way you spell it. Next bonus. Transcendence is a supercharge power that heals both power and your HP over time when used. Of course, you have to stack up or build up the supercharge in order to use it, but it does heal everybody, including their power, for a certain amount of time. Very effective when you're all about to expire, group or raids, and this is what you use, or at least what I use. You can try it, see what you think. That's Transcendence. And then lastly, but not leastly, 6, in your loadout, you want to have a thing called Offering. Looks like kind of like a little pendant sort of thing. It used to be used for the DPS loadout for the pet. I believe it's a Fury, and a few other things. They changed it, so now it's still used for the Fury, but also the 2 other things. What Offering does for the particular Watcher pet is it basically makes it so that when you use it as your Watcher, it puts a shield up, I believe, or it used to put a shield up on that. It puts a shield up on your Guardian in your Sorcery Loadout, but for the Watcher, it actually makes it so that it actually casts a more powerful healing spell. So every time you use it, it does that. There's also another one too, I forget what it's called offhand, that you can also use, which is just gives you more power for your Watcher over time. But by no means, this is just a loadout that I found that was really basic when you're just starting out, or even if you want to use it for long time purposes or over a period of longer time, just because it's very effective. But those are the 6 that you can use. Now, that's what I got for that. Let me know if it works for you. I do have a few other things I'm going to talk about. One other thing is actually focus for your mods, because some people have a little trouble with knowing which focus is besides the actual stat that's mentioned here with your hybrid, which is I picked in the focus, this new thing here. One of the things you want to focus on with your mods especially, and in this particular stat points thing, is especially for healer, you want to do restoration, health, and precision. Now, it's up to you if you want to use might and power mostly as third focus, or precision as third focus. But mainly restoration, health are the more important ones. Restoration being the main one altogether for restoring and health for your life. As healers do have very small dominance, so you can also work on dominance if you want a little bit. But the 3 more main ones are precision, restoration, and health. Now, if you use might and power, it's good to use, but unless you're a DPS, you really don't want to use it because the powers you're using for healer are just healer based, so they're not really going to do any damage, of course. So you might want to just use it for your DPS if you got DPS gear or whatever. And then, of course, for the mods you use for your gear in a particular inventory, like for instance, I'm just going to make an example. Keep in mind, these are already filled up with my own, but whatever sockets are blue for health, you want it to be health. Whatever sockets are yellow, you want it to be restoration. And whatever sockets are red, you want it to be precision. I have precision of might in this, which is actually a perfect example since I'm showing you. Precision of might will probably be a good thing for red because it focuses on both precision and might, so you don't want to worry about actually switching to the other one. You can have a combination of both, so that your DPS when you switch will also cause the might. So that's a good idea. You want to use precision / might, but we want to focus on precision. As a healer, your attacks can be fairly weak compared to your healing or DPS abilities. So that's pretty much what you want to do. If you need other helps, I do have some videos, especially called my Dcuo videos, DCO footage that I have, which is a collection of my videos, 70, that shows exactly what kind of how you mod with just betas until you get to a certain point. It's actually pretty useful to actually mod your equipment with just betas until you reach a certain CR. Like for, I think right now it's 235 to 240, which is the max. And until you get there, it helps out pretty well. Look at that video. Like I said, I hope this helped out. Also, too, keep a lookout for videos on the next part of the Death of Superman video, which I'll just mention on this one since it is coming up fairly soon, part 2. I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't want to spoil it, to be honest. I know a few things about it, but I don't want to spoil it. I want you to kind of be more of a surprise. It helps you out to be more surprised. Anyway, but this is the Sorcery Healer loadout. Like I said again, to mention it one more time, for loadout. Number one is Summon Watcher. Number 2 is Boon of Souls. Number 3 is Soulwell. Number 4 is Circle of Protection. Number 5 is the Supercharged Transcendence. And number 6 is the Offering. And of course you can pause this video whenever, if you want to hear them again, or rewind back to when I had the text box up that shows each one what it's called, how it's spelled. And that's pretty much it. Like this video, of course subscribe if you like my videos. I will be doing some more loadouts of different powers pretty soon. Maybe not all of ones, maybe just the ones that I'm more popular with or like, but I will try and get as much as I can out to help you. Anyway, this is Water Tips. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day. Take care.